What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the Mia Show. We are here and we are here to talk about events that happened this week. And unfortunately, for once, we didn't win a game in the Bundesliga. However, we did beat PSG in the Champions League. And also, at least it's a draw. I mean, it could have been worse. I kind of now wish I did the watch along because maybe that's the bad luck of me not doing it. But then again, I had an exam, so it is what it is. But guys, before we begin, you guys know exactly what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bells for future content notifications. Like, comment your way, go check socials, share this, and inshallah, wherever you are. Now, 1 out of 2 have made an appearance. The other one's probably going to be around soon. But until then, Lewis, again, welcome, brother.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I am very glad to be here. And today we get to talk a very interesting week for Bayern. 2 different matches, 2 different outcomes. So this is going to be very interesting.
Oh, it's going to be very, very fucking interesting. 100%. So what should we talk about? Where to your guy Cody? Should we talk about PSG or should we talk? You know what? I say we talk about things in chronological order. Let's go with PSG. I think it's best that we start with PSG. That was unbelievable. I can't lie. That was actually unbelievable from us. It's a shame that Diaz, and I want to know your opinion on it as well. In my opinion, I thought he was an idiot because I think that was a red card. A lot of Bayern fans are being defensive, saying it's not because of what happened to Donnarumma. Keep the energy, saying whatever. Ruiz should have, probably got a red card as well in that same game this past week. Like, for me, yeah, what are you thinking, bro? The whole game, the whole red card thing at the same time, the fact that he's G in the end.
Yeah. In terms of like Luis Diaz's performance, I thought he had a phenomenal game against PSG, especially with his 2 goals. I thought the first half we outplayed, like it could have ended 4-0 if we kept that momentum. And this is granted, like I didn't see the full game live. I was in school when it happened, so I was watching bits and pieces on my phone while I was in class, and then I decided to watch the highlights after. I thought the challenge was stupid. I don't know why you're doing that type of challenge. I don't. You're having a phenomenal game. It's like why would you do something like that? Even the angle of it just didn't really seem smart to do that challenge. I don't. maybe he got a bit too much of him. So I have no idea, but I just didn't think it was a smart challenge. In terms of the red card, the only reason why like I see that it was a red, which A, the angle, the challenge that he did, and B, the fact that Hakimi, which I hope he gets better, because like
Yeah.
football without him is pretty boring, and and in all serious matter, I hope he's fit
Sorry
for
to
the World
interrupt
Cup.
quickly.
Mhm.
He's missing African Cup of Nations, I believe, and that's as a Moroccan, that jarring to me as well. By the way, because I
Yeah,
go,
but I'm assuming he'll be ready for the World Cup if that's the case.
yeah, yeah, probably, yeah, yeah, he'll be back
Okay,
ready. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
But
okay. Which it sucks that he's gonna miss the AFCON.
and
That's a
Morocco's
very
hosting, by the way. That's the thing that's even more jarring. Morocco hosts it as well.
right, yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like I hope he gets I hope he recovers well. I hope this does not force either PSG or the Moroccan FA to expedite his health, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
try to expedite it, like for him to play in the AFCON, because God forbid if something happens, bro, and then he misses out the World Cup, that's just a travesty, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
facts.
I just think that the challenge wasn't very. It was dumb in my opinion, and the reason why he got the red card was because Hakimi got injured. I do think that if Hakimi was not injured, I don't think he would have gotten the red card in my opinion. But then again, like I'm only viewing this from certain angles of it. I didn't see the game live to know the full picture.
Yeah, for me, to be really honest with you, bro, um, it was one of those ones in which we actually bossed the living hell out of them, like you said, the first half. Second half, that red card made things difficult for us, and we literally had to defend our lives for our lives. It was one of those ones which company did the right thing, to be fair. Um, but again, don't get it twisted. As good as we played in that second half, and as good as Neuer played as well, I thought he was my man of the match, by the way.
Yeah, he
To
was for me as
us
well.
in that game, right?
No.
Like we didn't need to go through that. I feel like if he didn't get that red card, we just slap him by more goals.
Yeah, it could have ended 4-0. And I'm not sure if you remember, but like my last prediction, I thought it was gonna end 2-2.
I thought it was
I
gonna be
didn't think
one
we were
one.
gonna get a yeah, I didn't think we were gonna get a performance like that in the first half. If I knew we were gonna get a performance like that in the first half, then I would have said we would have won. But we won. We got the win. We ran away with the title like Punk did, blowing the kiss to the crowd
Yeah,
and
yeah. I
running
saw you
away.
send that. I'm like, this guy's
Listen,
shamed now. This guy's like, yeah, I
li-
saw that, and I'm like, yeah, you're moving crazy, bro. I'm like,
listen, the 3 points and then we out. That's it. That's just I can't really say nothing else to that. Thank God for Neuer, bro, because if not, it would have been a would have been a long
bro,
second half.
I'm telling you, bro, we were forcing these brothers to shooting from outside the box, and Nora was just saving, bro.
Right.
At times, I will say though, the defense did play well, though. Like I thought,
Yeah,
Upa
yeah,
played
yeah.
well and Top played well. By the way, game against PSG, I'm sorry, I think the Ta hate is overdone in general
Mhm.
because that game showed me if this brother's actually concentrated, he's actually very good. I'm not saying he's
Mhm.
world class or anything, but I think he's very
No,
good. You know what
no,
I mean? So
no.
I hope this at least gives, some idea to the fans that like he's actually not as bad as they make out. He's really not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And listen, I'll give them credit. I think Upa and Ta and PSG did very well. I thought they were fantastic that game.
Yeah,
I thought them too, and then Neuer. I thought the whole back line did well,
yeah, Limer and
and I think
Stanisic. I thought
yeah.
That was Stanisic's best game in that Bayern trip, by the way.
Yeah, so like I can't even clown anybody for it. I genuinely thought our defense was phenomenal against PSG.
Now, 100%, 100%, bro. Like it's one of them ones for me. But listen, man. Um, also, before we move on, I have to say as well, Pavlovic and Kimmich, bro. These men need to play midfield together. Um, I also do have to say, listen, Kane didn't do bad defensively, but bro, he's a striker.
Yeah,
I personally don't think Harry Kane played his best football in that PSG game. Neither did he do it yesterday, which we'll talk more on. Despite scoring in the end. But also as well, not but and also Olise, man, fuck, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like. I'm sure it's because he's tired or something. But yeah,
Whatever it
other
is, he needs to fix up, bro. Bro, you know what? Don't play
yeah,
for the French national team. Don't bother, bro. Whatever
yeah,
it
he
is,
definitely needs rest.
not it has been good, bro. Listen, I rate Olise highly, but he has not been good
Yeah,
enough for the past few games. He just
no, he
hasn't.
hasn't been performing.
Like, it's just one of them ones. Man said, "Answer me, kiddo." The fuck do you want me
And
to
said
answer
we
you
will
for?
still
Something.
win the league in the quadruple.
This is what I mean. Well, what the fuck is there for me to answer you for, bro? I I can't wait to fucking slap. You were shit against Sunderland, bro, and you're coming here with chest. You know, I respect that you have the balls to do it, but I thought you Arsenal fans would have learned by now after the fucking beatings we gave you in our history, bro. Like, bro, you know what? At this rate, with Arsenal fans in general, like at this rate, all I can do is laugh. You're actually funny. No, no,
We're gonna
like
do this. That's
we're,
gonna
we're, believe. Fuck out of here, man. Well, believe, man. These guys. I said we will
be.
win with ease. Bro, have shame and decor. You know what's so funny? Yeah, your two eliminations from the Champions League since returning have been to farmers. We're a farmer team. PSG's a farmer team. You lost to both of us. Have some more self awareness. Yeah, make sure they're fit first, though. Make sure they're fit. And by the way,
Okay,
last time
is
you
one of
said
them injured?
I heard that I heard that Saliba is not 100%.
Oh
Also,
shit!
also Gabriel had an uttering, shattering stinker against Brobby, bro. Yeah, remember, you know the same Brobby that Michael complains about Lewis. That same
Yeah.
guy dunked on fucking Gabriel head top yesterday.
Oh, okay. I gotta watch those highlights.
Hey,
That
listen,
is
all I'm gonna tell you is these men are actually moving shameless, bro, like crazy.
don't
So
matter.
yeah,
We have Maresca and Capia.
don't matter. We have my
I
mascara and
forgot
okay,
about.
and hey,
I
listen, hand
forgot
on
about
Facebook. There you are.
Capia.
Hey, big up Godfrey, man.
Oh,
Hey,
big
listen,
up
bro.
Godfrey. How are you, bro?
How is this gooner moving that shit, bro? Have some, bro. Godfrey, talk to this Taki brother, bro. Talk to this Taki, bro. Takis, by the way, is something. Is one of those chips I'd eat, bro. Buying from the market, bro. This is who you call yourself. You call yourself Taki, bro. Like have shame, bro. Don't just change Q to a K, and it's Taki, bro. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? I
Nah,
said, please
that's
ignore this.
nah, nah, nah,
He doesn't even want to claim
nah,
you.
nah.
He doesn't even want to claim your sorry ass. Oh my god. Have shame and decorum. Louis, are you seeing this shit? No.
Oh
Shut.
my god.
Man said, I'm back, bro. You're probably a fucking 2 year old behind the fucking Arsenal badge. Shut up. Genuinely shut up, man. This fucking guy. Hey, listen, big up for being a subscriber, though. Big up for being a subscriber,
Yo.
though. Thank you very much for that.
Oh,
Stop the
my head
subscribe.
hurts, bro.
Damn! Some guy just removed his messages, bro. In the chat. Whoever it was. Oh, it was this guy. Thank you for that. Now,
Nah.
now, order has been restored. Um, listen, back to talking about what matters here. Yeah, Lewis, man.
Yo, first of all, big up to the Arsenal fan. That was funny as hell. I gotta, I gotta
Yeah, it
give
was
him
funny
that.
because of how dumb he sounded. Um,
But
anyway,
back to the game. Back to the game. Back to the game.
yeah, back to the game that actually mattered. Yeah, nobody cared about you beating Slavia Praha, I'll be honest. Um, yeah, since you want to talk about nobody cares about far, okay, we didn't care about you beating Slavia. All right, next. Yeah, big farmer league game. Just like it was back in 2020, when it was Liga 1 versus Bundesliga in the semifinals and final. Let's talk about it, like Trick Williams said. Bro, you get
Listen,
me.
let's talk about it.
Yeah. But yeah, Lewis, yeah. So what were you saying about before this guy tried to interrupt?
Nah, that was I was crazy. No, I was just gonna say that, like with Olise, one of my biggest things that I was just saying in general was, why don't we like start Carl in some games and rest Olise? Like if Olise, because it seems like to me Olise is just exhausted. He's playing all these games. It's
Yeah,
like he can't be constantly starting every single game, every single time. I like. We'll talk about the Union Berlin game later, but I felt like in like yesterday's game, Carl should have started over Elise. Elise should have been on the bench that game yesterday, in my opinion.
yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like I feel like he needs to get more rest. Kane, these last two games, I felt like I felt like he had a much better game yesterday compared to PSG. I feel like in PSG he was a bit invisible in my opinion. Um,
I hear, man.
but yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like I I well, we kind of complained about this before. We we need a bench. We need more squad depth. That's
Yeah,
all it really is.
yeah, you can tell, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to. Yeah, because you know
and
what
it's
it is. So here's my thing, right? My thing with it. By the way, this was more evident in the Union Berlin game, in my opinion.
hmm
But I don't know. It's just like I felt like we were overplaying some players. Now, don't get it
yeah,
twisted. I think company in general has rotated this squad with how fucking thin it is very well. Let's not lie. He has. I
yeah,
just feel like at some point there were certain players that you can tell got overplayed. Like, for example, I think by the time we got to Union Berlin, since it's a decent transition, I thought guys like Upamecano got overplayed.
yeah,
You can tell. I thought guys like Conrad Leimer got overplayed. We talked about Olise, another one. Now, I will say with Olise, though, he is getting a bit too cocky for his boots. Like, don't get it twisted. He's a baller. I understand when you're a baller, you play with some swag. I get it. But
hmm
at some point, you need to know when to do, what to do, when to, like all these things in the right place, right time. I feel like sometimes, like he's dribbling at the wrong time, he's passing at the wrong, he's not shooting when he can shoot. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's just all over the place and I don't know if it's because you know he's trying to figure himself out again. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't whatever it may
right,
be, but he needs to fix himself. I really do think he needs to fix himself. You know what I mean? Hell, by the way, when we get back from international break, and I'm hoping that Olise doesn't play much, but we know Deschamps gonna play that brother. Well, I'm
yeah,
not
because
dumb.
he's a fraud. Yeah,
Well, I mean, listen, international breaks unfortunately exist. They're trying to qualify World Cup. It is what it is.
yeah,
But
it is what it is.
regardless, man, I would actually try. I would actually play Ulise and Carl together. Now,
Yeah,
part of me thinks that as well because I don't think Gnabry's been. I mean, he was good against PSG. He cooked against PSG. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Don't
yeah,
flex you, do. But I feel like we need to prepare for the Arsenal game. Yeah, we really do. And I think our way in preparing against Arsenal, when we play Freiburg, we need to play Olise 10, Carl on the right, Nabry on the left. Obviously, you're going to play Diaz in the Bundesliga game. However, you could start Nabry in the Champions League game. You're going to have to anyway, by default.
yeah,
You're going to have to start him. In my opinion, Carl and Olise. I hope to God that Jackson brother does not start in that fucking game. Also, and here's another thing I need to talk about because I said this in the preview and it was evident by the game, bro. Yeah, thank God I didn't do the watch along. Thank God I had an Islamic exam to do because I guarantee, bro, if I did a watch along, seeing how poorly we played, I think the biggest problem was Goretzka starting. Why the fuck is he starting, bro? This guy against fucking Union, bro, what the fuck is he gonna do? Don't get it twisted. They didn't play low block because my fear was about the low block thing. To be fair,
hmm
credit to Union Berlin for even giving us a run for our
yeah.
money.
I was about
But
to say like, yo,
but even that makes it even worse. Why the fuck's bro? What the fuck's this guy gonna fucking do? He don't fuck all. And this is what I'm telling you, bro. This fucker is playing for a contract. Once he's feeling comfortable, The fucker ain't gonna play no more. Ain't gonna play properly no more. Are you mad? Bro, I'm telling you right now, this fucker, I need him fucking gone, bro. He's gonna be on a free. Let him go on a free. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, the guy's on 17 M's a year. We don't need that. Put the wages in the bag. Fries in the bag. Yeah, let the fucker go elsewhere on a free. Let us spend our money elsewhere on a proper player. Yeah, seriously, this is fucking bro. This guy put Kimmich in a position in which he had to do everything on his own. I don't
Yeah.
usually say this shit about Kimmich, bro. But for once, lately this season he's been great. But I mean, for once, I actually have to say he was actually trying to do everything. I actually thought he was our best Bayern player, he or Diaz against
I
Union
gave it
Berlin.
a Kimmich, even though I thought our whole team was poor yesterday.
No, but Kimmich was one
Yeah.
that was actually trying his
Right.
level hard to orchestrate anything out of this team.
Right. Yeah.
Anything. You know what I mean? It's just, and that's where the shitty Goretzka next to him, bro. That brother played for 80 fucking minutes.
Yeah. He should have been
80
subbed off.
fucking minutes. What are we doing, bro? 80 minutes.
In my opinion, he should have been subbed off by the first half. Like after the first, by the time we went to the second half, he should have been subbed off.
But this is what I mean, bro. This is like, what the...
Yeah.
Listen, the company's done well this season. I'm not gonna take anything away from this brother, but oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god, this is one of his blunders, bro. This is one of his blunders. I'm not even gonna hide it, bro.
For sure.
But this is what I mean, Lewis. It's like, and I said this in the reaction. All this shit, like, don't get it twisted. Streak over, whatever. Forget about the
Yeah.
streak for 1 second. Even though I would have liked to have kept the streak, but it's just the way we did it, man. It's so avoidable. Well, it's so avoidable.
We are our own worst enemy, bro. It's nobody. If there's anything I've noticed with Bayern lately, it's no one's our enemy but ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. Whether
Oh
you
no,
want to
that's
blame that on the board or tactical decisions of a company, we are still our own worst enemy.
oh yeah, 100. Bro, by the way, I've said this I think once or twice this season. Some point,
Hmm.
if we lose this competition, we've lost it ourselves.
Hmm.
I've
Yeah,
said this already. If we lost the Bundesliga, the Pokal, the Champions League, we've done this to ourselves.
I agree.
We've done because it's just like, how could you be playing this insane, like in this insanely well, but then in certain games you're gonna be doing this shit. By the way, I'm not gonna forget some of the mid performances in certain halves as well. By the way, the Spire wins. Yeah, the Augsburg second half, the Hoffenheim first half, which by the way proves why Kimmich has to play. Unfortunately, for those who hate Kimmich,
Yeah.
but and I'm not saying unfortunately like I think he's ass or anything, but no, but people
No.
rather him right back. That's a different conversation. I already said
Yeah.
it in one video. He's better off being midfielder at Bayern right back at Germany based on what we have. But whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like the thing is, like you have to play Kimmich or this fucking team doesn't function. You have to. Like there's no escaping this reality. I swear down. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. So
Yeah.
I look at this and I'm like, bro, like we've had some poor performances. You know what I mean? But we were able to like persevere. By the way, even second half, we defended very well against Borussia Dortmund. But some players looked a bit shaky, and you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I didn't forget that. Like we escaped murder in that game, in my opinion. Like yeah, we defended well. Okay, and I'm happy. But there
Hmm.
were some players moving all shaky. Diaz was fucking up, and I mean, it's what, bro. Like, let's say how it is. Yeah, like we have been having a good season, but that doesn't mean we haven't had some shaky moments along the way. We have,
Right.
but and by the way, listen, it's all good trolling Arsenal's draw against Sunderland, and it's all good us being arrogant because of our record, yada yada yada, which has been. I mean, we're still invincible, whatever, right?
Okay.
But once we get to the stage of like, you know, playing aside that if we're not careful on a moment, they take advantage, bro. It could be again, and it comes down to the point: worst enemies ourselves. So it's just
Hmm.
like I don't know, man. But what do you gather of that, man? It's just
I agree with most of the points that you've already mentioned. One of my biggest things is, like I said before, is squad depth. Like this wasn't a game where I needed the entire starting 11 to be playing. To be honest with you, against PSG, yeah, perfect. But against like Union Berlin in what in November in a Bundesliga match, I don't really need Bayern's strongest 11 to be playing them. If
Mm,
if that means that we need to play people from our bench so other players can get rested, like we said, Upamecano, like Olise, like
mm.
Kane or whoever, then that's just something we need to do. This whole Invincible thing, like in my opinion, I don't care for it because I don't care about Invincible. I care about titles. If I lose twice and win a title, I'll take that than like going Invincible. I don't really. It really doesn't do much for me, to be honest to you. Um, so like this whole like the fact that we got 16 wins, cool, but like I wasn't. It's not something that like I was like hyper focused on. All I really care about is that we really progress as a team. We do well. God forbid we don't get any more injuries, and then we win the titles that we want to win. If we pick up a loss or two between that, then it is what it is. Or if we pick up a draw or two, then it is what it is. But
Yeah,
yeah, my biggest fear is just our squad depth at this point and our squad rotation. I think company has been doing well. He shut me up. I genuinely thought like this wasn't going to work out. He shut me up. He's doing well. The same thing with and we spoke about this before with Conrad Limer. To
yeah,
be honest, he is another person that shut me up. And listen, I got to give credit where credit's due. Like they've been playing phenomenal um out of their skin. As much as I didn't want Diaz into this team, like when we bought him, because I felt like there were other options we could have gone for, he's like an enigma to me because as you can see from yesterday's game, he scores a goal like that, but when he's given an easier chance to score, he just like completely bottles it. And
oh
it's
yeah, that
very
Diaz, bro. What the
yeah,
fuck?
it's just so it's like it's very conflicting, but he still bangs in goals. The brother has like his GA is great for us so far,
Yeah,
and I'm
19 GA,
sure
21 games is mad, by the way.
right, and like I'm sure Liverpool would take him back in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So it's just like
I
I
mean, yeah, I mean,
it's
some already regret. I mean, some are regretting already, bro.
no, yeah,
I will
you're not
say,
wrong.
though, Dia. By the way, I might make a video on this, but I generally think he's getting overrated.
Oh, interesting.
I actually think he's getting overrated by the casuals. I won't say Bayern
Like the
fans
people
like
who don't see Bayern like that, they just see the highlights and they
no,
run
no.
with it.
Like I think Bayern fans, there are some that's overhyping, but
Mhm.
not all of them are. I think the overhype is coming from the casuals. They're looking
Mhm.
at the numbers. They're like, yeah, okay, he's amazing at point. Like, you
Right.
watch us week in, week out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, I've made complaints about Diaz. I've called him names, bro. Yeah, and I'm not gonna
Right.
call him this again because I CBA, bro. I'm in no mood to call him such names, especially after
Right.
what he's done this past week. Even though being a fucking idiot, but
Right. Right.
at the same time, it's just like, bro, this guy has literally provided miss after miss after miss in some games. Has played like a coward in some games. Well,
It's a very conflicting. He's a very conflicting player. Like I genuinely don't know what to like have a proper thought about him. Like what answer I said like Leroy Diaz, I would rather take Luis Diaz over Leroy Sane.
yeah, yeah, but
But
that is an insult to Diaz. I'll be very. Don't
but
even.
it's one of those things where it's just like I see the potential in Luis Diaz. If he were to, instead of being like scared and just go on and attack and stay consistent, bro, forget about it. Like if he was consistent, this brother would be something else. You've been
That's
calling
what
for
I'm saying,
consistency,
bro. This is
right?
what I'm saying, and this is why I'm like he is getting overrated.
Right. But like yesterday's game was a prime example of why like he confuses me in this team because he could score from an angle like that, but given a chance later on. just completely
Oh yeah, and he
misses it, and
blundered it. Yeah, yeah.
you're just there like I don't understand you, Diaz. I genuinely don't. But it's not like I'm gonna tell you get out my club. Like that's not. It's like,
Oh
bro,
no
it's
no
your
no
first
no!
season here.
It's not like Leroy
Right,
Zane. That Leroy Zane. Yeah.
right.
By the way, I eventually gave up on that, brother. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
for Sane's different because we've seen him for seasons, bro. And then there comes a point where you're just there, like, bro, you gotta go. Like this guy, like they're like at
Yeah,
this point, you
but
can
with
just sense
Zane,
it.
his attitude reeked of piss as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It reminds me very similar to like Goretzka. Like I love Goretzka. Thank you everything you did for Bayern, but it's very obvious that not like you can't be in this team anymore.
You
Respectfully
know, it's
speaking.
Goretzka though. I don't think Goretzka has a bad attitude like Zane did.
No, no, no,
It's
not at
just
all.
you. It's just he's lazy.
Mm,
By the way, yesterday he was actually pretty lazy yesterday. Again, and this is why I'm telling you, he's only playing good for contract. Thank God he hasn't got one yet. But
right.
I guarantee you, if he gets it, because I know the board may want to keep him, bro. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna be shit on a consistent basis. On a consistent fucking basis, he's going to be fucking cheeks, bro. Cheeks. You
Hmm.
get? He's going to be ass. Like ass is not even the word, bro. You know what I mean? So
Answer raises a good point. I would have kept Foligno and Ben Goretzka, honestly. But
yeah, but
it's
I honestly may as well because at least you get an option like off the fucking bench or something if we need to hold on to something.
right.
At least. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get it twisted. I get why he can be a second striker and all that stuff, but come on now, what are we doing?
it's just not consistent enough. Like he would have good games this season and then just disappear after.
Yeah, no, God's ain't that guy, bro. Man said he made it. Yeah, but bro, Olise
Big
made
up
it to
the
hate
answer.
Drill and all these man, bro. They all made it to haters. So all of a sudden, one draw and Bayern players are making it to that fucking Twitter page. So enough said. Yeah, no, lie, bro. So it's like I don't know how serious I should be. By the way, Zargota, as we speak, I don't know if he's come off the bench, but his club is playing Barcelona and losing 3-2. Great. Did he come off the bench?
Let's see. Let
No,
me
he
look up right
nope,
now.
he did actually. Oh no, wait, he did come on 58th minute. I saw the first half, by the way. Yeah, Barca's
Oh, how
back
was
line.
it?
I mean, Barca's back line moving like Bonnie Blue, bro.
That's
If
crazy.
what I mean, Lewandowski, my legend, bro. Yeah, scored a brace. Um,
Oh, nice.
and then Lamine, yeah, Drizzy, bro. Yeah, leaking out shit like Drake, bro. You get me? Yeah, he scored one as well.
Oh,
Lewis, Lewis, you know what I'm on about, bro. Yeah,
you listen. You know more about Barca and their situation right now than me. It's
no.
a bit
So
deep.
no, but you know what I'm calling Lamine Yamal, Lamine Drizzy,
Yeah,
bro. That man be leaking shit like Drake did, bro, back a few years. Like it's crazy, bro. It's absolutely
well,
crazy.
I nah.
Oh
Answer
shit.
that's mad. Answer that's mad. No, 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 no,
Wait 1 second, you. Oh my god,
no,
bro.
no, no, no.
Oh my days. Big up Hokage, bro.
Screw
Oh
Big up
my.
daylight
Hokage.
savings. Screw daylight savings, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Screw that,
Fuck
man.
daylight. Yeah, bro. I got
I
mixed
hate-
up. You know what it is? I thought all West Coast is the same and all East Coast is the same.
No, it's so
Because
stupid.
I'm used to Arizona time. Because my brother lives in Arizona and
Yeah,
runs.
Arizona doesn't do it. Arizona doesn't do it.
Yeah, I
That's
was
why.
like confused. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, man. But yeah, bro, we were just talking about the last two games that we had, and we're on Union Berlin. What you gather in the last two games?
So PSG and Union. I'll start with the Union game. It's just I kind of talked about it in my own post-match reaction where I in hindsight, a lot of people are saying we should have rotated more. He shouldn't have played basically the full strength minus Goretzka. But there's the other side of the coin where if you have a team that's playing so well together, do you constantly change it around? Do you let them keep playing games and starting games together and building more team chemistry and getting used to each other? So it's like kind of two sides of the coin. I think since international break was coming up, he probably should have rotated more. Like, it's just crazy that Goretzka was on the pitch for 80 minutes, and then Bischoff comes in and puts in one serious cross, and we score. One serious. All it took Bischoff. It took the kid 8 minutes to come in and put one serious cross in for Harry Kane, and we scored. So it's okay, bro. This is the like we won the Bundesliga on match day 1. We won the Bundesliga on match day 1. So this league has been over. At halftime, we won the Bundesliga against Leipzig, bro. At halftime against Leipzig, we won the Bundesliga. So it's not that big a deal. And yeah, credit to Union for pushing us, because even though we were only probably in the second half, we probably only reached like 50% of what we can play. Listen, they still made it a good game. They made it physical, and they put away the chances we gave to them, because I saw a lot of people complaining. And at the end of the day, they scored 2 goals because of 2 big mistakes. Neuer, yes, maybe there was bodies in the way, bro, but that's an easy save. I don't know what you're doing. And then Harry Kane's clearance is the only reason they scored the second goal. It's an awful clearance from him.
Well, I think there was more than one reason. By the way, not many people are talking enough about the second goal, in my opinion. I think Kane, he fucked up big time. But I do think Neuer and Upamecano fucked up as much as well. Because you know what it is? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Because you see that brother's tap-in that he scored, right? The ball wasn't even rolling. It wasn't even going in that fast. I actually think somebody could have made more so Upa, because Upa was kind of blocking Neuer's way. Could have made a block to that, in my opinion. I actually thought he could have. But you know what? I said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't think Upa should have played this game, because
I agree. Because he's about to go. He's about to go He's about to go play 2 90-minute games for France. Probably.
Yeah, bro. He needed the bro. Like him playing mid, in my opinion, stems down to needing rest. Same with Limer, by the way. You know, like there are some players that just needed. Stanisic was ass, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But like, and I even said in the preview that I done, Bischoff should have started left back.
Yeah,
he really should, and it showed from when he actually made that assist for Harry Kane's goal, which that goal in itself made us dodge the bullet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That could have been our first loss. But then again, I also have to say, that's just showing, and we have to talk about it, guys. Harry Kane this season is, despite him playing shit, he's showing that he's turning up when it matters. You win a goal or something. Because on another season, he probably doesn't even score that. You know?
And honestly, dude, like that's why I say it's two sides of the, like, two different arguments. Like I could see why after the PSG game, you would want basically the starting 11 to play again before international break. But also at the same time, we're going to international break where all these players are going to go play 90-minute games twice probably. And you saw the previous weekend, we played half of our B team and Leverkusen wasn't even a challenge. So you could have done a lineup of Neuer, Guerrero, Stanisic, Ta, Kim. You could have done Pavlovic and Bischoff. You could have given Kimmich a rest, honestly. You could have done Pavlovic, Bischoff, and you could play Gnabry, whatever. You probably rest Olise and start Carl. You could have started Jackson. I think we would have probably had a better performance, honestly. More players with more hunger, fresher legs. Because I think that's what it comes down to the Union game, is just these boys were tired. Bro, you defend like that against PSG for 50-plus minutes, you're going to be dead. You're going to be dead. And honestly, like you see this a lot in football. Like when you get a big UCL win, most teams usually come out flat the next weekend in the league, because like you just beat the fucking treble winners and now you got to play bum ass Union Berlin. It's just I could see how from players' perspective it's like, bro, this is lame. I don't have the motivation, whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair to what you call it, Berlin, they actually gave us a run for our money that I didn't expect. I actually thought that Baumgartner was gonna do the same shit they did last season, low block this, low block. I'm like, fire. But instead, the airway is fucking them pressing the hell out of us, man.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the first goal from Union? Did you think it was offside or it should have counted?
I'll be honest. I think it was offside, but you know what it is. I feel like the rules of football today makes it a whole sticky situation. You know what I mean? Because there's too many things that's being changed, so now it's fucking up with the fans' brain. Now, obviously, based on the current rule, it's offside. Because if you look at the image, and I actually have the image, funny enough, the heel is just offside. Just. So based on that rule, the written rule of the game, it is offside. But it's just the fact of the rule being a thing is where I'm like, bro, really? Is the game this done? Or whatever. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah,
I
what you
honestly,
guys?
I agree with the offsides rule. To be honest, I think in this VAR era, the offsides rule is like the only rule where it's perfect. Don't change it, because I think in offsides, it has to be fully objective. Like, you can't add any subjectivity to offsides, in my opinion. It's either you're onside or you're offsides. If you're even a centimeter offsides, in my opinion, I don't care, bro. You're offsides, because I think a lot of people's arguments are, oh, well, the attackers need a little more leeway, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's too harsh. But everyone always says this. Football, it's a game of millimeters, a game of inches, a game of centimeters, whatever metric system you want to use, right? Bro, how many times in defending, just for example, like when you watch football highlights, right? How many times are defenders 1 inch away, half a centimeter away from getting a block in, and the shot just perfectly goes around their foot or through their legs? So for me,
Right.
with offsides, I'm fine with it being fully objective. If you're a centimeter offsides, the goal's not going to count, because that way it actually, in my opinion, makes it less of a sticky situation, because that rule is fair for everyone. If you want to make it subjective, this is when you have criminal organizations like Juventus and Real Madrid who can pay off referees and give them more leeway on offsides calls. You can't have subjectivity when criminals
Oh
like
yeah.
Real Madrid and Juventus exist in the world. So in my opinion, offside, look at this guy, this fucking asshole.
Hey,
That
listen, hey, listen, bro. He's trying to pull off heights every single fucking season, so it must be done, bro.
Nah, bro.
yeah.
And like
Mr. Perez de Molesto, bro. I'm telling you, that's what he is, bro. There you go.
for me,
Hey,
when I initially saw like the moment, I was like, "Whoa, like that looks onside. Why are they counting this?" And then like what you're showing right now on the screen, I was like, "Oh, okay. Like that's something." Without VAR, I don't think I would have never caught it personally.
no, you know what it is? Like, if you look up, like, let me scroll, yeah. So you see this tidbit over
It's
here.
so
That's offside.
close. It's so close.
I would have
It
never
is,
caught this like
yeah, but that
if it
tidbit,
wasn't.
because again, the feet is obviously part of the offside, isn't it? So that tidbit is offside. So that's why they
Right.
gave, like, that's why for me, I don't mind it. If we're going by their rule, just based on their rule, like Hokage said, if it's objective, like he thinks it should be, it's offside, yeah.
Right. Right.
Like, that's the way I view it, to be honest, really. But yeah, that's either here. But you know what? The fact that we even put ourselves in that situation. And by the way, I think Hokage, you called it out online. I think they were all set pieces.
The 3 chances, bro, I'm scared. The 3 chances they had. I know Union played well, but if you deep it, the offsides goal and the 2 goals that came off of our mistakes, all set pieces. So these Arsenal dudes in 2 weeks, the greatest set piece team we've ever seen in football history. What the
Yeah,
fuck
but
is
we're
gonna
gonna.
happen,
But
bro?
I'm gonna give you one argument though. You know how we play our football, yeah. We're not gonna allow them to have that many set pieces though.
Bro, I hope. I hope. I don't know.
We do man to man pressing so fucking well. Do you genuinely believe we're gonna allow these motherfuckers to even get to the set piece, bro? If they even try to do that, bro, and they don't get as many, bro, we take advantage. I'm not
I don't know.
joking.
I do think if we play our game and we play like the way we did against PSG first half, we should be able to control that game, even though it's in the Emirates. But my issue is I do think Arsenal is still a really good team to the point where they will get a corner somehow. And I'm just scared that these guys with one corner, Gabriel will assist Gyökeres or whoever, and they'll score. I'm just so scared of that.
Yeah, we're
Because
gonna
they're
need
Just
to
park
demons.
the bus for
defend.
the rest of the game.
We're gonna need to defend for our lives more so than we did against PSG. But I hear your point, bro. You know what I mean? And Neuer's gonna have to be honest. By the way, I'm very disappointed in Neuer, because like Neuer, like he had that amazing game against PSG. Yeah, but for me, man of the match. Then he fucking does this shit. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
what the, bro, what the fuck, bro? I'm trying to call you goalkeeper. I'm trying to make a case for you being unreal this season, and this is what you do to me, bro. This is what, bro. This guy is captain and experienced. Bro, this guy's older than company. Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, wake up, bro. He needs to wake the fuck up, man. Listen. Obviously, I'm not gonna lose my shit like I would have last season because bro, 16 wins for a fucking reason. Yeah, people can cry more all they fucking want, but at the same time, it's just like, wake up. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, whatever, bro. Yeah, whatever. But
Yeah.
listen, we have, and obviously when we're about to play Freiburg, we're away, right? I believe we're away at Freiburg.
I think
I
so.
thought
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
home.
Or we're home.
Wait,
Let me
no,
look
I
it
think we're away. I could be wrong, by the way. But we need to get through Freiburg and then Arsenal, bro. And that Arsenal game, man. By the way, I don't want to see Jackson get anywhere near Arsenal, by the way.
Oh no.
But, bro,
No,
because
no
Diaz
way.
is
Yeah.
suspended. Diaz is suspended. I don't want that
We're,
motherfucker.
we're home. Is at the Allianz. We're just shut.
Oh, shit.
No,
Okay,
against
well,
Freiburg,
okay,
yeah.
then we should be able to get the dubs then. Right?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, like, I want to see Carl Olise and Gnabry play that game. I'm telling you guys right now, bro. I'm telling you from
Against
like,
Arsenal, right?
Yeah. When weeks in advance, I'm not trying to see Jackson up top, Kane in the 10, bro. Maybe Jackson will make run, but like, are they really gonna take Jackson that seriously?
I can see company starting Guerrero for experience, but
Yeah, I was thinking about that, local. I just didn't bring it up,
but
bro,
I honestly wouldn't mind either Guerrero for experience, but I think it would show balls for company to start Carl.
that's what I'm saying. Yes,
Because
bro,
that's where yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want him to show balls. Fuck it, bro.
I'm
Do you
down for
imagine
that.
Leonard Carl cooking fucking Calafury or some shit? I'm dying for that shit. Well, I'm dying for it. It's ridiculous.
Well, no, if it's Carl, Gnabry, Olise, are you saying Carl on the left, Olise still on the right, or switched?
So unfortunately, we would have to make a little sacrifice. That little sacrifice is Gnabry playing on the left, because
Right, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. What you meant. Yeah.
we would have to make a little sacrifice. Like, Gnabry's gonna have to have a shit game. I'll be honest. I mean, like, I hope he has a good game, but I know that Timber is gonna probably pocket his ass.
Timber's excellent, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if Diaz was playing, that would have been a tough night for Diaz. That would have been a tough night for Diaz anyway. Timber's amazing.
Yeah. No, but Diaz would have brought a little bit more because he has
more energy.
Yeah. But here's my thing. The reason why I would start Carl and Olise in the 10 or whatever is they can interchange, so it can bring an element of unpredictability for these Arsenal defenders, and that's what we need. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro. Listen, that's when the time comes. But yeah, listen. What do you think of the PSG game, Hokage? Because me and Lewis already talked about it. We can get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, PSG. Obviously, great win. I think most people online have said it. You guys probably said it. The second half was, although the first half was, we showed we're like 11v11, we're better. We're just flat out better than PSG right now.
Yeah.
The second half, just like huge respect. I know, I've rated Upa for a while now. You know this, but huge respect for Ta. He was excellent. Just huge respect for the whole team for being able to hold back like that, get your numbers back. It was very similar to the away game against Leverkusen in the league. Remember when everyone said, the one game, everyone always shows up for one Bayern game. Everyone's like, oh, Leverkusen destroyed Bayern in this game and they got unlucky not to win, blah, 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 blah. When it was our goal to take points off of them. We did the same thing. We did the same thing, and this was against a much better team than that Leverkusen team. This PSG team is much better than what Leverkusen were at that time, earlier in this year. So I was just really impressed, honestly. And I thought company made the right choices. Unfortunately, the Luis Diaz red card is interesting because, okay, say he doesn't get the red, and we go and we probably do score another 2 in the second half, because there's no way PSG would have made the adjustments the way we were playing and just all of a sudden dominated us 11v11. No, that was not going to happen, right? But with the Luis Diaz red card, we got to see again that this Bayern team can freaking defend if they need to. And then they come out, I think it was who said it in the post-match interviews, They said, yeah, we work on this. We literally work 8v10.
Oh yeah, somebody. Yeah, I was Joshua. No wait, it was Joshua. No, Kimmich said we'll be staying ready for Arsenal. Who said?
It was
I think
I think it was Neuer.
Neuer. It was Neuer.
Yeah.
It was Neuer. 'Cause I remember doing the press conference stream. It was Neuer. It was Neuer.
And yeah, he came out and said, yeah, we know we're this attacking team, but we literally train this all the time. 7v10 scenarios, 8v10 scenarios in training. And you saw, like, if you're training, there's no way you could defend like that if you're not training like that, right? So I was just, it shows me a lot on Company that he's not just setting this team up to be like Hansi Flick, right? I love Hansi Flick, but I think the big issue Barca fans are having right now is Hansi Flick is do or die by that high line. And you're seeing against
Celta Vigo game right now.
They just scored 2 goals out of nowhere, exposing the high line, and against Club Brugge. With Company, he is showing me that, no, if we need to defend, we will defend, and we will defend like peak Arsenal Arteta style. Like, we will defend peak Burnley Park the Bus if we need to. And I don't mind, bro, because my biggest complaint with Bayern at times the last couple of years was sometimes we just don't get it done. Sometimes we're always, oh, we're Bayern, we need to play attack, and always dominate. Why? We don't always have to. If we could sit back, defend, and save a lead, especially if we're a man down, I'm going to fucking do it, bro. I'm going to do it. So Company
that was my complaint last season as well. Like, Company didn't adapt until like Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, Lewis, remember we had this conversation, bro. It was till Leverkusen last season where I'm like, shit, yeah, about time he's adapted.
Yeah.
Right.
And that actually helped us in be cruising through the rest of the Bundesliga season. So it was like, and that actually helped us even in the Champions League tie when we faced them as well, even though Alonso is a fraud, proven by, I mean, it's different conversation. I already had that. Madrid fans will find out these dickheads. But yeah, I mean, listen, the point is Company adapting. And listen, my fear was heading into this season, will he be able to do it in-game management now? And so far, for the most part, he has been doing that and been doing it as well tactically. So I just hope it continues. I mean, the Union Berlin game is like the one time really that he's fucked up in terms of managing the game, really. I have to admit. So let's see, man. Let's see, bro. It's one of them ones. But yeah, against PSG, by the way, what are your thoughts on that red card?
You know my thoughts. Not a red card. Never a red card. For me, it is never, ever a red card.
God.
Never. Hakimi, I'm sorry. Your ankle got a little twist, a little. By the way, can I say this? Hakimi, Ashraf, my brother Ashraf from Morocco. Ashraf. Ashraf. What do you mean, Ashraf, that you just sprained your ankle and you cried more than Musiala did when he got a grenade thrown at his ankle? What do you mean?
No.
Ashraf, what do you mean you cried that hard for a sprained ankle? Brother, I sprained my ankle in 9th grade, and I took it like a champ. You sat there crying like a little boy. So I just want to say that, Ashraf, respect. I hope you come back. I hope you could push it and make it for AFCON, because I don't want him to miss AFCON. Bro, it's a big occasion for him.
No shit, I support Morocco, bro. I don't want him to miss AFCON either.
I don't want him to miss AFCON, because let's be honest, Morocco will probably win AFCON, in my opinion. That's a whole other conversation.
I don't think so, by the way.
You don't think so? But they have a good chance.
Moroccan myself, I'm always Moroccan, yeah. I'm telling you this myself. I've followed Morocco enough to know they can have the best. They've had the best teams in the last few AFCONs, by the way. And they've somehow found a way to fucking lose. So it's not as easy as that. But you know what I mean?
The chance is there. So I want him to get recovered and maybe make AFCON.
He won't make it.
But bro, when he got that injury and the way he was crying, I said, brother, I'm sorry for your ACL. I'm gonna send a prayer out for your ACL tonight, your MCL, your PCL, your ECL, your UCL, every CL in your knee, bro. I'm sending a nice little thought out to you. And then I wake up the next day and I see Fabrizio breaking. Ashraf Hakimi, I'm like, all right, here it is. What's the damage? 1 year? Does he need to learn how to walk again after this knee injury? And I see, I read, you guys, I read, I'm like, early morning. It says 4 to 8 weeks. I see 4 to 8. I'm like, oh, 4 to 8 months. Oh, shit, he might not make the World Cup. I see weeks, and I see sprained ankle. And I see my respect for Ashraf decline 50%. He made the country of Morocco look bad. Bro, he made the country of Morocco look bad, bro. With those tears for a sprained ankle, you bum. But anyway, it's not a red card because I'll tell you why it's not a red card. I maintain it's not a red card because it's a fair challenge. They were both going for the ball. Ashraf got a little bit ahead of him. Ashraf, I mean. And Luis Diaz lunged for it, and unfortunately, the way he lunged, Hakimi's foot was planted, and Hakimi's ankle got sprained.
Yeah, but that in itself should. I'm gonna be honest with you, Hokage. You know where it's the fact that listen. I get what you mean. The intent is not. I agree 100%. I know people are overdoing with the whole intent thing, but I'm trying to be as balanced as I can now. Okay. The thing is with that is the brother clattered his fucking ankles. I know the whole fucking 2 months thing. It's a bit fraudulent, and look, I get it, but at the same time, he still clattered the fucker. Yeah?
But this is where
the fucking that's a fucking red, bro.
This is where I counter. If Donnarumma got a red card for the Musiala shit 5 months ago, oh, Luis Diaz 3-match suspension, go back to Colombia.
Well, yeah, but I said in my thing he should have got booked as well.
Yeah, but that's my thing. My thing is it's just kind of funny how
Even
it's
Ruiz. I'll give you another one. Ruiz as well. When he ran into Kimmich, he didn't, but he did. So red card as well. Yeah, we can play that game. Everybody should get red.
The funny thing for me is the fact that it's PSG. It's the fact that the Musiala thing happening against PSG. For me, that wasn't a red card. This isn't a red card. Another example. Remember when Son did that behind the tackle against Andre Gomez against Everton?
I remember.
I don't think Son got sent off for that.
Yeah, he did. He did. Gomez, yeah, he did. Against Gomez, yeah,
okay,
he did.
Yeah, you know what?
And I remember him crying as well. No, he did.
Okay, shit. Okay, I thought he didn't get sent off. That was during COVID, so my memory's iffy. But even then,
I think it was just post-COVID, by the way. But
just post-COVID. But even then, the fact that Donnarumma didn't get a red card earlier this year, I did not. For me, it's not a red card. And honestly, I know the whole conversation on intent. I think the people. I'm not even talking about intent. Because I see most people that are defending Diaz be like, oh, there was no intent behind it. It's just unfortunate. I'm just not even talking about like intent or anything. It's just he went for a fair challenge, and unfortunately, Hakimi got injured. Like, I don't see it as he was being reckless or anything. It was a fair challenge because, bro, I see it all the time. In the midfield battles, when, say, a midfielder on the half turn beats his midfield mark, bro, midfielders always throwing that last lunge to get the ball. They always throw in that last lunge to get the ball. Luis Diaz did the same thing, and unfortunately, Hakimi got injured. And this is where my biggest issue is. They would not have gone to VAR if Hakimi was not crying his eye sockets out.
Yeah, but he was obviously
they're not going to VAR. So
yeah, but he's
if anything, I'm more mad at VAR. I'm not mad at the referee. That's my thing. I'm not mad at the on-field referee because the on-field referee gets sent to the monitor and he watches the tackle in super slow motion and on screen grabs, right? No problem with that, bro. That's not your fault. You were set up basically to give the red card. But for me, it's VAR. VAR, I am 100% positive, only looked into it more and only sent him to the monitor because Hakimi cried. And that's honestly probably my biggest gripe with the situation. So we're taking player feelings into account for red card challenges now. For going to VAR.
Yeah, but you know what it is, because the brother actually got hurt. That's the problem. He actually got hurt, bro. Like if he didn't actually get hurt and he got back up and start playing, like if it was a Pepe actually, I mean, you remember what Pepe used to do. Brother would act like he's in fucking tears, and next thing you know, he gets his fucking sorry ass back up. If it was shit like that, I would have been like, you know what, Hokage, I agree with you 100%. Fuck that motherfucker. Why did he get? You know what I mean? But the problem is, bro, Hakimi actually got hurt, bro. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Yes, he's out for like less time than an average ACL or an average ankle injury like that. Ito suffering. You know what I mean? Or the one Musiala suffered. I get it, bro. But he still got hurt, bro. It doesn't change the fact that he got hurt. You know what I mean?
But for
So
me, it's like, we don't always like if we're going off just because he gets hurt. For me, it's like how many times do we see players get hurt in challenges and it's never a card? It's just an unfortunate situation.
oh yeah, but
So,
we're inconsistencies, but it's always inconsistent. You know how
yeah,
the game's gone, bro. The
yeah,
game's the game's been hella inconsistent, bro.
yeah,
Like the most ideal thing for me would be if they were consistent with that fucking rule.
yeah.
Like they claim that they would that it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I think
That's
so,
where I'm coming from with it.
so yeah, and that's kind of where I'm coming from, where there's so many inconsistencies. I don't see how anyone can say, oh, that's 100% a red, when for the last 5 years, since the new last 5-6 years since we've had these new VAR rules and everything and rule changes, we've seen inconsistencies throughout the whole entire time. That's why for me, bro, if the last couple years challenges like this are always red cards, then fine. Luis Diaz, have a nice 2-match suspension or whatever. Do we know if he's is it a 1-match suspension only, 2, 3? Do we know yet, or
Diaz, I think it's good.
I think it's one.
just
Yeah,
one? Okay,
I would imagine
unfortunately.
it's one. I don't think they do 2 in champ. I think it's 1. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If there was consistency with the red cards, then sure. But it's the fact that it's not consistent is what pisses me off. Because then
I hear you,
people are out there saying like, oh, 100% always a red card, when football history the last 5 years shows us that referees are incredibly inconsistent.
No, that is true. That is true.
That's what pisses me off.
Yeah. No, that perspective, I hear you. Because to be honest, and I've always called this out, I feel like the amount of inconsistencies with like the way the referees take actions of certain rulings just complicates everything when it comes to like certain calls, and that's why you hear inconsistencies out of football fans, let alone referees. You know what I mean? And pundits and whatever. So yeah, it goes hand in hand in my opinion. But for me, if I have to keep it consistent, if you're getting somebody injured with a challenge, it should be a red by default. That's just the way I see it, bro. And you know what? I've had these discussions with so many people, friends, content creators, whatever. Majority for them have said, especially neutrals, have said red card. So yeah, listen, it is what it is.
But the interesting thing about that is a lot of professionals, pundits say, I don't think it's a red. That's the interesting thing. A lot of football fans say red, but then, bro, a lot of pundits, ex-pros say, I wouldn't have minded a yellow. I don't think it should have been a red. I wouldn't have minded a yellow.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. But let's be honest. If we're taking pundits seriously in 2025, bro, of course, you saw the City game today, yeah?
Yeah?
Do you think that Van Dijk goal should have stood or not?
I haven't thought about it much. I just kind of went about my day, but
bro, for me, I think the goal was offside, yeah, because he interfered with Donnarumma, the thingy. Now, Michael Owen, I heard him in halftime say that keeper was gonna save it anyway. Am I supposed to take that fucking shit seriously? Yeah, the fucker's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
the guy was a fucking Liverpool player, even though he backstabbed him to go to United. But you get the fucking point, bro.
Yeah,
like I can't be taking these men seriously, bro.
Yeah,
there's only a few people I take seriously. And one of them is my Don Matthias, bro. I know not many people like him, but I'll take him seriously, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, we move, bro. We fucking move. Now, one more topic. Upamecano, unfortunately, is still being linked to Madrid. But that's typical because, you know, Leicester, the Molesto Perez, he always likes to get his players on a free, this fucking bastard. But I will tell you right now, and I said this on my Twitter, and you responded, I believe. I don't see this be happening. I don't think it's fucking true.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this from now. The reason why company stayed is because they want to try to keep guys like Upamecano, Olise that's been linked out to the club. Makes no fucking sense. All of a sudden they go. And I'm telling you right now, listen, you know my thoughts on fucking Upamecano, bro. And he still has to show in the final or something like that. But so far, he's on the right track. All right? If we let this brother go, we don't get Schlotterbeck, I'm fucking seething, bro.
Yeah.
If we get Schlotterbeck, it's not a big deal, I'll be honest. But if we don't get Schlotterbeck, I'm fucking seething.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to leave either. I just don't see how a player wants to leave. Okay, I'll say this. I'm sure Upa wants to leave, but if the money thing does become an issue and he doesn't get the pay he wants or whatever, Actually, I think the issue is the release clause thing. I think we're giving them the money that he wants. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure I saw reports that the only stickling issue right now is release clause for like 2029 or whatever,
Isn't
2028.
it sign-on fee? I thought it's sign-on fee.
But I think they agreed to sign on fee. I think the release clause is the only
No,
thing that's
I thought it was the other way around. I thought they
one of
agreed
those
on the
two.
yeah. I'm pretty sure they agreed on the release clause, but the sign-on fee
sign-on
is
fee.
like the agent fees.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think
I mean,
he
it's
wants to
pennies.
leave. I'm sure he'll stay because I don't see how. Listen, a player that wants to leave is not going to get up there like he did against PSG after the game and lead the chants with the away fans. He's not.
Yeah.
He's a player doesn't do that. A player that wants to leave is not getting up there before Manuel Neuer, before Kimmich, before all those dudes and leading the chants for the away section. For me, he wants to stay, obviously. The only way I see this happening where he leaves is if his agent really just pushes the money, blah, blah, blah. And he basically leaves for monetary reasons.
Yeah, but unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same fucking agent that got Alaba to fucking move to Real Madrid.
Pini
So
Zahavi. Is it Pini Zahavi? Is he with Pini Zahavi?
I believe so.
Who
That's
is
that, bro. That fucking bitch, bro. I fucking hate him, by the way. Same agent as for Lewandowski as well, bro. What up, bro? I swear, bro, this Pini Zahavi, bro. By the way, he is also the new agent of Leroy Sané's. No fucking wonder they were demanding more money for the Sané extension.
I thought, are you sure Zahavi is his agent?
I think last I read, I think he Upamecano's agent. But I'm gonna make sure because if it is, I'm not shocked, bro.
I thought it was a former. I thought it was like
If it is,
Sissoko. I thought Musa Sissoko is his agent.
That's what it says. It says Sissoko's his agent.
is it Sissoko? Then I
Yeah, the
mixed it
former
up.
player,
Right.
Musa Sissoko.
I thought it was Zahavi, bro. I fucking despise that guy.
Yeah, but the way if it's about the money thing, I wouldn't, bro. It's not a far off like assumption to think, oh, it's this the Javi asshole again trying to milk money out of Bayern.
Bro, I hate that guy. By the way, he's
Yeah.
the worst, bro. He's the most annoying agent I've ever seen in my life.
Even though I didn't mind Alaba leaving at the time because just we needed refreshments in the squad, but just the way they went about it was scumbaggy. Just the way money this, money that, give us this, like fuck off, bro. But yeah, I don't think he leaves. I think what I saw on Tuesday, him getting there, leading the chants in front of the whole fans, like the guy doesn't want to leave, dude. And if you're Upamecano from a personal level, like maybe this is just me looking outside in, but how can you leave Bayern after we've backed you like this? Bro, if this was any other era of Bayern, if this was Bayern in the 2010s, right, under Pep, under Jupp Heynckes, right, those years he was there, after one of those seasons Upamecano had, he would have been gone. You would have been ditched. But when all of Europe was calling you Upa Maguire, Upa Mechanic, Upa Timberlands, we stuck with you, bro. We stuck with you. We kept you at the club. We gave you an extension. Bro. And now you're top 3 center back in the world, in my opinion. Starting every game for Bayern, in every important game, with the full trust of company. So from a personal perspective, how can you leave Bayern? How can you leave Bayern, Upa? That's how I see it. Like, there's no way. After the way we backed you, man, you can't leave.
Nah, I hear it 100%, bro. And this is the thing for me. So don't get it twisted. I still think Upa has a lot to prove. Like, yeah, he's proving so far. Cool. But for me, it's like the big money is earned what you do in a Champions League quarter, and semi-final, final. You know, DFB Pokal, same thing. You know what I mean? If he does that, now he justifies himself into being like, you know what, you get that bag. But I think this is going to be one of those situations where we have to take that risk. And that risk is probably pay the money before because by the way, I don't think Upamecano strikes me as that guy that he's a money grabbing prick. He doesn't strike to me as that guy.
I don't.
He's actually humble. He's actually a humble guy. Like, I think if he gets the money, he'll still perform. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound mad coming from me because everyone knows I'm one of those guys that this is Upamecano. But if he's gonna keep on performing like this, you may as well take the risk. Take the fucking risk because he's earning the money, man. In my opinion, he's really earning. I'm not having any bullshit.
Yeah.
Like if I was, if trust me, of all people, I would be the first guy to say when he's playing utterly dog shit. But I'm struggling right now. So like, just fucking do it, bro. Just
And
fucking
even
do it.
and with that too, I know your point. Like, oh, if Upa leaves, all right. If we get Schlotterbeck, we're good, right? But for me,
Okay.
it's I don't want the swap. Why can't we have both? Why can't we be like
Oh, yeah,
Arsenal?
I
Who
still want Shota, yeah.
Arsenal keep Saliba, Gabriel. They bring in Hincapié. They bring in Calafiore. They bring in Timber. They bring in Mosquera, the guy from La Liga. All top, bro. That's the ideal scenario for Bayern. You keep Upa and you still bring in Schlotterbeck. 1000%. So that's all. That's why I also want him to extend, because I don't want it to be a case where he leaves and we just have to get a replacement. Because then you're not like building the squad further. You're just making a replacement. But if you keep Upa and you bring a Schlotterbeck in, bro, your defense just got so much stronger with a Upamecano, a Schlotterbeck as your three first string, center backs that compete for the two center back positions. So that's also a reason why I want him to extend.
You can even keep Kim as well, low key, because you know what it is. Like right now, our center back. Oh, by the way, I don't consider Stasic as center back, especially what we saw in the Club World Cup. I really so yeah. You have Ito, but let's be honest, the brother is probably going to be used as left back. Even though I think he should be used as left center back. To be honest, he should be one of those versatile brothers. More so center back than left back. Because on the ball, I don't see him doing as much going forward as left back, and we need our fullbacks to do a lot in it. So. For me, it's just, I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you 100%. But knowing this board, they're gonna make one of them sacrifice. If the sacrifice is, let's say, because of the whole contract thing, Opap for Schlotterbeck, whatever. I actually think Schlotterbeck's still a top defender, and we're seeing it this season. He's the only guy carrying that shitty back line, bro. Like, you know what it is? The structure Dortmund have is actually pretty good, but like in terms of player for player, it's just shit. Like only Schlotterbeck really at the back can say anything to the best. So yeah, bro. Listen, for me, I agree with you. Get both of them because I think you can get both of them starting together, and then and Ta is another option. Maybe Kim's another, Ito's another option. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, it's just like knowing this board, they're gonna make one sacrifice for another. That's just the harsh truth in it. It's just
But
man.
if we do keep Upa, I do still see us like getting rid of Kim, honestly, and bringing a Schlotterbeck in as well. I do still see that.
That is possible. Yeah, that's possible.
Which would be an upgrade. It would be unfortunate because I do think Kim this year so far, like I said, now that he's been fully healed, bro, he hasn't actually done anything wrong anytime he plays. Like he's been quality.
I think he's done one or two, to be honest. The one against Paphos really annoyed me a little bit, but whatever.
But that was also a great goal. That was also
but giving the ball that carelessly, bro. Like, come on, man. You know what it is, bro. The way I see it is, like, you can't really be making this many mistakes, even in an easy game, because the problem is you need to be on your toes, like you always talk about, on your keeping players on their toes. Yeah. Right? You always need to be on your toes and prepared for what could happen in a bigger game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like there should be any room for error in general. Just because, like, if you make that error one time, what will happen when you play a big team? Are you going to make the error again?
Yeah.
And that's my fear. Obviously, you would rather be in a situation where you're comfortable. Yeah. But even then, you would rather have none to begin with. Like, that's just how I view it. Which is, by the way, back to the point of the Berlin game, it's just like it was just the way we handled the whole draw, which we could have lost as well, by the way, so avoidable. Because all it took was a little bit of rotation and we're calm.
Yeah.
To the most degree. You know what I mean? So it's just whatever. It is what it is, man. But any final thoughts before we end this stream, my guy?
No, I think we did this last time before international break. Just no injuries, no ACLs, no ligament tears,
bro. I
nothing.
am praying
Everyone
that.
come back against your games against San Marino, Bolivia. Come back healthy. Come back not sick. And we got to beat Arsenal. I can't take a loss to Arsenal, even though I have huge respect for them and the way they defend. Losing is not an option at the Emirates.
No,
It's just not an option.
I agree on her, bro. If we lose to
0.
our fucking football club,
And I could already see it. Say we lose to Arsenal, and I could already see like Bayern fans saying, "But we won. We were undefeated up until the game. Let's cut the team some slack." No, bro. I'm sorry. No, I can't lose to Arsenal. I'm sorry. I can't.
bro, I'm sorry. For me, I've said this at the start. The tests, we've passed them so far.
Yeah.
Even though we did win against Burnley, whatever, fine. But for me, we passed all of them. Arsenal is the last hurdle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, it's just Sporting, Gillois, and PSV. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if we don't beat Arsenal, bro, yeah, I'll be very, very fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
Very disappointed. Because you know what it is? Hell, if we get a point, it's respectable. But if we lose, bro.
Yeah, a loss. A draw, like, obviously we want to win. If we draw,
it's respectable. I'm not going to bullshit.
It's respectable, but I think when I just think about how the game can go, if we get a draw, it's probably because Arsenal is just that good defensively. Like, we just couldn't get
that's
those
what
goals.
I'm saying. It's respectable, but that's my point.
Yeah.
By the way, I said this before. One thing that fears me with Arsenal that not many people are talking about, I actually think if they have Gyökeres back by then, and they have Saka and whoever playing, I don't know if Martinelli is fit by that, but even Trossard will do. Bro, they can catch us in the counter attack. But I think the thing is though is we do if we do that pressing like we did against PSG, well, that shouldn't be the biggest problem. But even then, it has to be an alarming thing because I think we're gonna have the ball majority of the time. I don't think Arsenal's gonna have the ball majority of the time. I know a lot of fans will beg to differ because it's at the Emirates.
And it's Rice, Zubimendi, blah blah blah. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna, and plus Arsenal, we have the defense. We know Bayern's gonna want to have the ball. Just let them have the ball. You know how Arteta moves. Arteta is very fucking passive. For once, it might actually work. So
yeah,
when we get the opportunity, we'll talk more on it next time. But we need to be clinical as fuck when we get to them, bro. And this is why, for me, I just want to set a statement out to Europe. That's what it is for me. Like we're starting to do it. But if we beat Arsenal, bro, what else are these Premier League fans gonna fucking tell us?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Bro, for me, the way I see it is, bro, it's like Bayern against the Prem, against La Liga. Fuck all of them, bro. Yeah, it's about time that we fucking become the demons, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick and tired of this gimmick, bro. And we had the shit window as well.
Yeah. And the thing that really interests me with the Arsenal game is that midfield that you were just talking about. Like, I do think it's a completely different challenge compared to PSG because Zubimendi, Rice, and whoever's that third one in there, much more physical midfield. So I'm really interested. Kimmich, Pavlovic, Gnabry probably in the 10 that day, or whoever plays in the 10 is dropping into midfield. Gonna be really interesting. But yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a game. I don't go into that game, even though we always want to score. I honestly am not going into that game thinking, oh, we're going to create 6 chances. No, but we will create 2, 3. And Harry Kane or Olise or Carl or Gnabry, when it falls to you, take that fucking chance, bro. Take that fucking chance. That's what I want to see. And then obviously what I want to see is how we cope with Gyökeres, Saka, Trossard, whoever combination on the counter. For sure. So
by the way, I'm gonna say right now, bro. If Moreno plays and they get a set piece, yeah, it's more worrying because, bro, imagine Moreno, Gabriel, bro.
Gyökeres.
Bro, and by the way, that Declan Rice brother, he's a fucking pain in the ass with these crosses, bro.
He's good, bro. People hate on him. Like, I don't get the hate, dude. Like, I think people are still in this transition period because Arsenal was in a banter era for 10 plus years. I'm already awake, bro. I respect Arsenal fully. This isn't this isn't like 2 seasons ago under Tuchel where I still didn't take Arsenal seriously and I knew we would win.
Yeah. That's
This
right.
is different, bro. This Arsenal team has, bro, Rice is good, and people just don't want to really admit it because he's English, because it's Arsenal. Rice is a bloody
No,
damn
you
good
know
player.
what my opinion on Rice is? My opinion on Rice, I actually think I think he's misprofiled. That's my honest opinion. Like, people will look at Rice and they'll be like, he's an amazing box to box. I don't see that. I see him amazing as a destroyer. And you know what? This is where he really improved his game. Now he's added an element of being a deep line playmaker.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think he's
You
able
know
to
what
do
I
that
mean?
because with Zubamendi, that's a quality midfield partner right there. Like, that's secure. Because I really rate Zubamendi. Those Sociedad guys that they were signing, Marino, Zubamendi, quality guys, bro. Quality guys. I think that helps him a lot too.
Yeah. Marino's one of them brothers that, like, I don't rate him as a starting striker or anything like that because some fans go over the top with that shit. But as a backup, bro,
Bro, he scores. I want to be surprised if Marino scores against us. I need to be honest.
Yeah, same. I do not know what I'm saying.
Like, remember his goal against Real Madrid? That first time finish when the ball is like behind his body outside the box?
Bro, that's better than that's as good as a Kane finish, by the way.
That's quality finish right there. So, yeah. I'm not sleeping on Arsenal. That's why we need nobody to get injured. International break. Everyone come back healthy. Because I don't want... We're already missing Diaz for that game. I don't want us to have to miss Olise with the little hamstring strain.
Or Upa himself again, to be fair.
Or Limer. Because, bro, I already know Limer's about to go press for 180 minutes with Austria for 2 games.
Oh, yeah, because Ralf Rangnick is going to be a dickhead.
Yeah. I already know. Bro, if anything, if you've seen Austria play, Limer runs even more for Austria. So
yeah, no
Limer,
fucking shit, bro. He's coaching Austria. Bro, do you see what he did at Man United? Bro, he ran his players to the ground.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So no injuries, but please, international break.
Bro, I'm actually glad we didn't get him as manager, by the way, because that fucker would have ran our players to the ground even more.
I was anti-Ragnick.
Same, bro. Fucking, are you crazy, bro? Allow me, man, with that shit. But, I agree with you for the most part, man, bro. Whatever chance we get, bro, I beg, just slap it again, bro. And please, players, stay fit, bro. I'm not trying to see this bullshit, bro. I'll be so fucking real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of these players not staying fit and fucking... But then again, Olise and Upa are going to be playing under Deschamps. Do you trust him not to fucking play him? No, I don't. Fucking the German national team, a good portion of our players are going to play in that one under Nagelsmann. You know what I mean?
They will, because Germany they still don't have World Cup qualification fully secured. They will be Luxembourg. Yeah. I can see some players getting rest against Luxembourg, but that Slovakia game, they're going to all play 90 minutes. They're all, except for Goretzka, that bum, they're all playing 90 minutes. They're all playing 90 minutes.
Fuck him. Generally, bro, can I be honest with you? I said this before, because I didn't say it when you were here. This guy's playing for a fucking contract. Once he gets it, if he does, yeah, this is why we don't need to give him a contract. Fuck that shit.
And bro, you say he's playing for a contract. Goretzka, you think you're gonna get a contract playing like you did yesterday?
I hope not, bro.
We're chucking you to the Zweite Bundesliga. We're chucking you back to Schalke, bro.
We're gonna chuck you back to Schalke, bro. Whatever it is, just, bro. My fear is all the shit I'm hearing people say in our club about Goretzka, it's leaning towards them trying to give him a new contract. The only saving grace that I have or hope, is the fact that they don't want to offer too much money to players, bro. Bro, yeah. If you're holding on with the Upa thing, you better be fucking holding on with the Goretzka. Bro, don't even give him a fucking contract.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Go get him out. It's time to move on. He's been at this club, dude. He's been at this club 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25. This is his 8th season at Bayern. Goretzka has somehow managed to get to 8 seasons at this club. It's time to end the steroid users era at Bayern, bro. And it's time to move on. And let Bischoff shine. Let Bischoff shine, man. Let Bischoff shine.
Nah. I 100% fucking agree, bro. It is what it is. But guys, yeah, we're going to end it here. Guys, go subscribe to Hokage Pouya, Lewis' channel, which he needs to stop uploading this fraud. Steve,
bro doesn't upload. Bro doesn't upload.
Bro, you know what it is? He uploaded a very few times. Himself just playing some games or whatever. And he did some wrestling ranking once with or some shit. I don't know. I've never been on his channel yet, by the way. This fucking fraud. But listen, we'll get there one day when he starts uploading again. So yeah, go subscribe to him, Steve, Hokage as well. Another Bayern channel that deserves more subs than he already has, which is mad in itself that he hasn't got there yet. Let's get him going. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, we're gonna redirect to Hassam, that fraud. Yeah, that thinks that Liverpool's bigger than us. Fucking he may be my Arabian brother, bro, but fucking hell, bro. Man tried thanking me for taking Diaz and Nunes. Fucking fraud.
3-0. 3-0 to City.
Bro, what a Olise signing, Hokage. Yeah, what a fucking Olise signing. What a signing. What a signing.
What a release clause. What a release clause that the
By the way, that fraud has only been talking about Wirtz. That dickhead. This guy does not belong to be a part of our fans. I swear down. Anyway, we're gonna redirect to him, Zeraid. Yeah, take care. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Go check the channels and inshallah, wherever you are. We're gonna end now. Mia San Mia. And yeah, to end it off, we're gonna play a clip of our legendary coach. Yeah. So take care.
Als wir uns wieder zur neuen Saison zum ersten Training getroffen haben, da habe ich die Mannschaft zusammengeholt und dann habe ich das Signal gegeben, so Leute, ich sage euch, wir gewinnen in dieser Saison alles.
See you later.